The Cumberland County community is remembering the lives of 3 high school football players killed in a car accident. How a rival school is helping to pay tribute.
Crisp fall weather is here just in time for the state fair. I'm tracking a cold front that will bring the chilliest air of the season so far.
And the trouble with traffic. Carter Finley hosting its first concert in nearly 10 years, and the state fair kicking off this week has officials warning about the potential for delays, what they're doing to avoid the traffic nightmares of years past.
Yes, it is a big week with the state fair getting started, and it sure does feel like fall. Look at the temperature right now, 66 degrees. A beautiful image here as we look live at the state fair getting underway later this week. Thanks for being with us. I'm Ashley Rowe.
And I'm Dan Haggerty. What a night. Went for a little walk before the newscast. Absolutely beautiful out there. It is fun to see the state fair getting lit up, starting to glow there. Meteorologist Kat Campbell is tracking our temperatures this week in a chilly morning ahead.
Yes, it is, and it will be for the state fair as well. It's exciting to see the Ferris wheel lit up. I haven't seen that yet this year. I think tonight's the first night. 42, though, will be the low Thursday night into Friday morning. We actually lowered the low even more than what we had yesterday, and this is why our next cold front will be a dry cold front. We call this a backdoor cold front. It's going to drop in from the northeast, and behind it we'll see a push of much colder air, but it's pretty dry air, so we're not going to get any beneficial rain out of this front, unfortunately. Tonight, lows town by town dip down to 51 in Roxborough, 53 in Durham, 55 in Raleigh and Fayetteville, and tomorrow night into Thursday morning will be cool. Some 40s on the map, 45 in Roxborough, 48 in Rocky Mount, 50 in Raleigh and Southern Pines, as well as Goldsboro. It's a cool start Thursday morning, but that 42 will be cold on Friday. I'll have a closer town-by-town look at who could dip into the 30s by the end of the week coming up.
30s, my goodness. All right, Kat, thank you. People who live in an East Durham neighborhood telling us now that recent upticks in gun violence have flat out been terrifying them. They say a trend in the rest of the city isn't reaching their neighborhood.
Yeah, even though the number of shooting victims in Durham this year is down from past years, neighbors told us they're seeing that number go up. WRAL's Monica Casey shares their story.
130 people have been shot so far this year in the city. That number is down slightly from this time last year, but residents in one East Durham neighborhood tell me there the issue is getting worse. On a Saturday at 11:25 a.m. A Sunday at 6:40 p.m. and again on a Monday at 1:36 a.m. This is what residents in an East Durham neighborhood are dealing with.
People drive-by shooting, homicide.
Johanna Nasefa tells me the level of gun violence over the last few months has been traumatic.
It's actually quite amazing that more people haven't gotten shot or killed with just the recurrence and the level of violence that we're experiencing.
Asefa and her neighbors are asking the city to take holistic action quickly. They want accountability, preventative actions, and comprehensive gun violence prevention programs.
We want the city to also take action now, not in a year or two, because it is right now that people are being terrorized and people's lives are being lost.
I'm glad that they're speaking out because this is what I hear every night.
Durham Mayor Leonardo Williams says those recordings of gunshots are disturbing. He tells us the HEART program expansion and the Office of Survivor Care are steps in the right direction.
What I'll be working on is making sure that we can have just as we have on the responsive side, a robust, proactive apparatus to address the prevention of violent crime.
Williams says there's more in the pipeline. The city and county have a joint meeting this Thursday to discuss how they're bringing in other partners on this issue, including local nonprofits and the University of Virginia. Reporting in Durham, Monica Casey, WRAL News.
Thank you to Monica. And the issue is not limited to that neighborhood. You can see on this map we have behind us here, Durham police are investigating 11 shootings in the last month with 13 total victims.
A football team in our area took the field tonight for the first time since losing 3 teammates. These pictures show Trevor Merritt, Jayon Elliott and Nick Williams. The E.E. Smith students died after a crash in Cumberland County last week. About an hour ago, E.E. Smith kicked off against Southview High.
The video of the pregame memorial where the schools honored all three of those players. WRAL's Willie Danley live for us in Hope Mills tonight, where there are just so many heavy hearts, Willie, an absolute tragedy for that community.
Indeed, Dan. Tonight was two separate teams united in their grief for the three E.E. Smith football players that were killed in that tragic car accident. You can see all around this stadium. This game is still going on. They have the numbers 4, 11, and 21 spray painted, honoring Jayon Elliott, Trevor Merritt, and Nick Williams. Tonight, the Southview administration held a vigil at this football field honoring those three young men. They gave the families of those young men tokens of their appreciation, as well as honoring the school with a plaque to commemorate the lives of the.
We love on our kids just like we love on our families. They're our community. We know the parents. We know the cousins, the uncles. We know who they are. We can call them by name. E.E. Smith will forever be a part of them, and they're a part of us. So just know, like we've always told them, we're together. We're in this with you. We support you. We can't imagine the pain that you're feeling right now.
As I said, I have talked to family members of these three young men, and they tell us that the funeral arrangements are coming up. As you can imagine, this has been an extremely difficult time, but events like this honoring them have made it easier for them. Tune into WRAL News tonight at 10 and 11 for more on this story. Willie Danley, WRAL, Hope Mills.
Thank you, Willie. And some breaking news here in the WRAL Live Center. Fuquay-Varina police are at the intersection of a power outage in the area. This photo is sent in by Morgan Smith. This is at the intersection of Old Powell and Broad Street. A car apparently hit a power pole there, causing a power outage at several intersections in that area. So you might come across some traffic lights that are out. If you do, treat it as a four-way stop. But this caused a ripple effect within Duke Energy power customers. An outage of nearly 1,600 people with a time of restoration at around 8:30 this evening. So a little dark out there right now. Remember, if you see anything in your area, send photos, videos to us at WRAL.com/report it.
All right, Carly. Hey, let's get you caught up. Here are 5 things that you should know right now. We begin with a stabbing in Raleigh that sent a minor to the hospital. This is video from Dilmark Court. Police told us the boy under 18 went to the hospital. In the last 30 minutes, they also said they are not sure about the extent of his injuries. Police do not have anyone in custody. Cary police won't file charges after a high school student was hit by a car this morning. The department told us another student was the driver. Police say the student who got hit is expected to be okay. He was not using a crosswalk. The collision happened right as the school day was beginning. Things go back to normal tomorrow at Shaw University after the school discovered a hazardous chemical inside a building. Raleigh police exploded it today. The Hazardous Devices Unit supervised. They developed that plan with the ATF and FBI. The school told us the chemical was expired and had a large risk for exploding. The building was evacuated last Friday. Shaw will be reopening the building and nearby parking lots tomorrow.
RDU Airport is sorting out what to do with a video of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. The airport telling us that they received a request to play a video of Noem. And in that video, she is blaming the government shutdown and any issues in TSA lines as a result of Democrats and Democratic leadership. Several major airports, including Charlotte Douglas, have refused to play Noem's video. Today, we learned more than half of the town's Camelot Village residents are back in their homes after Chantal forced them out. Lots of terrible flooding we saw there. The rest are expected to return by Thanksgiving. And this comes 3 months after that tropical depression flooded those apartments. Trails also need repairs. Those started this week, beginning with the Bowlin Creek Trail, Fordham Side Path, and Morgan Creek Trail. Up next, I-40's about to be slammed with people this week. We have the State Fair. That begins on Thursday. A popular musician has 2 shows at the Lenovo Center this week, and you can count on lots of crowds.
We don't want our customers sitting like that, Lenovo Center or State Fair.
You might think we've seen this in years past, and you'd be right. Lessons learned from previous traffic nightmares and plans to keep things running smoothly with tens of thousands of travelers in Raleigh.
The first concert at Carter Finley Stadium in nearly a decade just started. We got to show you this. This is a live look on I-40 at Aviation Parkway. I mean, this has looked like this for hours. People have been stuck in brutal traffic. Chris Brown playing tonight, slamming the highway with even more people during rush hour.
This does not look fun. This is not my idea of a good time. It looks awfully similar, though, and a little familiar to last time that the stadium hosted a concert. Traffic problems ahead of concerts at Carter Finley Stadium have been one of the big reasons it's taken so long to get a show to come back here. The last time it played host, some people actually missed a Beyonce concert because traffic was so bad. That would be heartbreaking. Miss Beyonce. Problems go even further back, though. Look at the pileup on 40 in 2009. This is when U2 came to town. This lasted for hours, and people there missed their concert. Some people even ditched their cars.
Can you imagine? Concert traffic could be a big talker this week. You see, Billie Eilish has 2-night stay at the Lenovo Center on the first 2 days of the North Carolina State Fair. The Lenovo Center already getting ahead of what could come on Thursday and Friday, sending out a notice reading, local traffic is encouraged to consider alternate routes. Those attending events at Lenovo Center are encouraged to plan ahead, carpool, and if possible, arrive early.
Unfortunately, there just aren't that many routes to consider.
Right.
I mean, traffic is typically so bad during the fair in general that the Canes, they don't play any home games during that time. It all stems from 2002. The Canes and the NC State Fair and NC State had a game the same day as the fair. Think of all that activity. And ever since, the team has asked the NHL, please do not put us or our fans through that again. No home games during the State Fair. The Canes don't return to Lenovo Center until October 28th after the fair.
And then you remember last year, Sabrina Carpenter had a show at the same time as the fair. People spent hours stuck on I-40. It looked a lot like what's going on tonight. I spoke with State Fair Director Kent Yelverton about efforts to make things run smoother this year. Kent, really appreciate you being here with us.
Glad to be here, Ashley.
Let's dive right into it. The first nights of the fair are when superstar Billie Eilish is in town performing at the Lenovo Center. I know you know last year we interviewed numerous people who were not able to actually get to the fair because of a concert happening at the Lenovo Center. At the time, Sabrina Carpenter was in town. So how is the fair collaborating with Lenovo Center and the city differently this year to make sure that history doesn't repeat itself?
Well, Ashley, certainly we wish this were not the case because it does create additional traffic, but the concerts are scheduled, and we have a lot of partners. Lenovo Center is certainly a partner, but the State Highway Patrol, the Raleigh Police Department, North Carolina Department of Transportation, our traffic and busing and parking vendor, all of those people have met many times to talk about solutions and the way to get people to the best parking as quick as possible.
Yeah, can you kind of peel back the layers for us and give us a sense of what kind of conversations those were, what kind of line of communication there is?
So there are many different traffic patterns coming into the fair, and the Highway Patrol takes the lead in how to best get people off the highway to the fairgrounds. And they change that all through the day, and certainly as an event like a concert at Lenovo comes, they know where the parking is, they know where the people are coming from, they've got real-time data from cameras and things like that that they can adjust on the fly so that we can try to avoid those bottlenecks that keep people sitting so long.
Hey, let's look back to last year briefly. What kind of debrief was there with you, the Lenovo Center, various partners after that traffic backup?
Well, certainly it starts with we don't want our customers sitting like that, Lenovo Center or State Fair. We've got people on the street that are trying to get in and enjoy the fair. Lenovo Center has customers that have paid a lot of money to watch a concert, and they want to be there when it begins. So we certainly have a mutual interest in getting people off the street and into our respective events as quick as possible. Our messaging, certainly fairgoers, we would encourage to come as early as possible. The concert's in the evening, so come, get to the fair, enjoy it, and stay later. But certainly after the concert begins, the traffic on the road is going to be less. So thinking ahead in terms of your timing, looking at the information available online at ncstatefair.org will give you an opportunity to plan and think through how to approach the fair and how to time that best to maximize the experience.
Thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you,
hey, by the way,
take care.
All those tips and tricks, he says if you really want to avoid fair traffic, try going on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Those are typically the quieter days.
That is true. He's right about that, but it's still busy. All right, look at this video we got from the North Carolina mountains. We want to show you some video from over Buncombe County. And is this amazing? The pops of the orange and the red starting to show. And this is just the beginning. When it really gets to peak colors, it's amazing. All the cities and towns out west could really use the visitors right now. So hopefully this is inspiring you to maybe make a trip out there, spend a couple of bucks, say hello to the people out there and see what they've done to rebuild after Hurricane Helene. Meteorologist Kat Campbell back now. Kat, whether it's out in the mountains or here in the Triangle, it's really starting to settle into this nice fall weather.
This should get our leaves going here, even in the Triangle pretty soon. We've got really chilly air moving in this week. Friday morning, we lowered the low temperature to just 42 degrees, the coolest that we've had locally since April 17th. Town by town, we could be as low as 35 in Roxborough. We'll keep an eye on the frost potential. Right now, we're kind of borderline for our northern counties. Still looks very unlikely in the Triangle. 38 in Sanford, 41 for Fayetteville, 39 Southern Pines, 38 in Roanoke Rapids and Rocky Mount. Check this view out. What a stunning shot. I mean, the sky is pink in the distance. It's almost coral tonight as the sun sets over the state fairgrounds. This all kicks off on Thursday. We're looking forward to it. Gates open at noon. I'm loving the sunset tonight. 66 degrees right now. It's a beautiful evening. You've got to enjoy these later sunsets while we've got them. We've only got 19 of them left. Today, the sunset at 6:40, and November 2nd, the sun will set at 5:17. If you're headed out on an evening walk, it's a good evening for it. By 9 o'clock, temperatures are sitting right around 64 degrees. Our nor'easter moving on out of here. It's going to take the moisture supply with it, and the moisture is what led to the clouds today. That's moving on out of here. Tomorrow we get the sunshine. Lorenzo is still spinning out in the Atlantic as a tropical storm. It gets nowhere close to land. Good news there. Pumpkin patch planter looks good tomorrow. 55 at 8 a.m. noon, 73 degrees. 77 is the high. The sun is going to warm us up tomorrow, but tomorrow night is when that cold front arrives and cools us down. Unfortunately, the cold front is not going to bring any rain with it, and boy, do we need rain. So far for the month of October, we are running an inch below normal, and that's not for the month as a whole, that's month to date. So we're already really in a deficit for the month of October. And when you look at fall to date, we are running more than 4 inches below normal for rainfall. So we are really starting to get into the problem zone when it comes to the drought monitor. We'll have an update on the drought monitor on Thursday, but many of us are now in moderate drought. Looking ahead, though, it is good news for state fair visitors that it's likely to be pretty dry for the next week. Thursday looking great for the start, upper 60s Thursday and Friday. There's that 42 Friday morning, but not for too long after that. The weekend does warm up. Highs are in the upper 70s, and our next cold front after Wednesday nights we'll get here on Sunday night. That'll bring a chance for rain late Sunday. Hopefully that'll hold off, though, in terms of rain and storm chances until pretty late in the evening.
Sounds good. Thank you, Kat.
One last thing coming up. A family tradition in Durham is now part of history. The new recognition for the old business, pushing 70 years. What's next?
One last thing for you tonight. A Durham restaurant earned a new title after nearly 70 years in business.
The City Council voted unanimously to make the Chicken Hut a local historic landmark. The restaurant on Fayetteville Street was opened by Claiborne and Peggy Tapp in 1957. The Black-owned business has a history of community engagement. It's now run by their son Trey and his wife Kaya with the help of other family members. Tapp started the process to make the business a historic landmark years ago, and the journey came to a close at last week's Durham City Council meeting.
I'm getting chills even talking about it, just because there's a lot of the work that we do on a daily basis that most people will never see or even hear about. And it's rare that we get an opportunity where a property owner wants to proactively take this step. And especially for a building and a property and a business that has such a significant impact in Durham's history.
They love their city.
70 years. Wrap your head around that. So surrounded by a group of family and friends and supporters, Tapp talked about what that designation meant to him.
With my mom and dad giving back. I know we're a staple in the community, but leaving here tonight will be a landmark in Durham. And for my daughters, just how my parents worked so hard, poured so much blood and sweat and tears. They had so much of a passion of giving back. They love their city. They love the community. They love giving back. I just wish both my parents were here to see it. But I'm sure they're smiling down from heaven.
Oh, what a sweet. I mean, that was just beautifully said. It was really nice. And this designation of local historic landmark, that ensures the restaurant building will be properly preserved and be there for years to come.
Congratulations. Well earned.
Yeah.
They worked hard for that. Hey, thanks for making WRAL your choice for local news. Our next newscast is at 10 on Fox 50 and 11 on WRAL.